Right, hello everybody, how is it going? I hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to the channel. And today I bring you another Heritage Railway video, this time at the Dartmouth Steam Railway. Now you may remember a few weeks ago I did a video at the South Devon Railway, which at the time of editing has just hit 3,800 views. So I'd just like to thank you so much for watching that, if you watched that, greatly appreciated. And let's hope I can get this video up to that same amount. Now, the Dartmouth Steam Railway runs between Paignton and Kingswear. It's about 7 miles long and it takes about half an hour, and the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. It runs along the stunning Torbay coastline, past the wonderful beach of Goodington Sands, through the station of Churston, and then through some gorgeous wooded areas before running alongside the Dart estuary on the approach to Kingswear. So to get here today, we took the GWR service from Exmouth, where we were staying, to Paignton, which is equally a gorgeous railway journey because you go right along the seawall through Dawlish and Teignmouth, which it turns out I've been pronouncing wrong because I always thought it was Teignmouth, but no, it is Teignmouth. But if you haven't been to this part of the UK, I highly recommend it. It is stunning. But now just sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, and just watch the beautiful Devonshire countryside and coastline roll by. As we pass through Churston station, I thought I'd give you a bit of background information on the loco that is pulling us. Now, we're being hauled by GWR 5205 class 5239 Goliath, which was built in August 1924 in Swindon and withdrawn from British Railways in 1963. Now, this class of locomotive was designed for use on heavy coal trains in the Welsh valleys. However, two of the classes were allocated to St Blaise in Cornwall for the China clay traffic. 5239 was based at Neath, from all its work and life being withdrawn from there in 1963 and sent to Barry Scrapyard. It was rescued by the Dart Valley Railway. It arrived at Newton Abbot in June 1973, where most of the restoration work was carried out. In June 1976, it was transferred to Paignton for completion, entering traffic in 1978. It was designed by C.B. Collett. It's a length of 40 feet 9 inches, a weight of 82 tons, tank capacity of 1,800 gallons, with a boiler pressure of 200 psi and a coal capacity of 4 tons. So here we are on the approach into Kingswear station. After you alight from the train, you can visit the small station shop. You can also look at the various bits of memorabilia that's dotted all over the platform, and there's also a really nice signal box and a loco parked at the end of the station, which you'll see later in the video. But the main thing people tend to do is they hop on the 5-minute ferry that runs every 15 minutes, I think the website said. It takes about 5 minutes to get from Kingswear station over to Dartmouth, where we had our lunch, got ice cream, but then we hopped on to the River Dart cruise, which was about an hour, and it just took you some way up the River Dart, showing you some views, and with the captain, talking to you about different parts and what different areas were before you came back down, went to the mouth of where the River Dart enters the sea, and then you came back up. So enjoy the next few shots. I'll put some nice calming music and you can just watch the various shots I got of the cruise. So I do hope you enjoyed the montage of the various shots I managed to capture whilst on the River Dart cruise. Here we are making our way up the ramp connecting the quayside to the docking port, where we spent about another half an hour just soaking up the sunlight and looking around a couple of shops and having another ice cream before we went back down the ramp and hopped onto the ferry to head back over to Kingswear station, where we spent about another half an hour waiting for our train, where I admired some various pieces at the station, mainly these: a Great Western 2884 class number 3803, which is a 280 heavy freight loco, the Locomotive development of Churchwood's earlier 2800 class, as well as the signal box that was also located at the station before our train arrived, hauled this time by number 4277 Hercules, which was recently back in service this year and is a GWR 4200 heavy tank loco painted in BR black. So whilst we watched the train run around, I thought I'd give you some information on 4277 Hercules from the Dartmouth Steam Railway website, which I will link below in the description. So 4277 Hercules, like Goliath, was a class of locomotive that was designed for use on heavy coal trains in the Welsh valleys, although two of the class were allocated to St Bladey in Cornwall for China clay traffic. 4277 was built in December 1920 at Swindon Works, being withdrawn by British Railways in 1964. Its designer was G.J. Churchwood. It has a length of 40 feet 5 inches, a weight of 82 tonnes, a tank capacity of 1,800 gallons, a boiler pressure of 200 psi, and a coal capacity of 4 tonnes. 4277 was based at Aberbeeg, for most of its working life being withdrawn from there in 1964 and sent to Barry Scrapyard. For 22 years, it lay rusting in Barry Scrapyard near Cardiff until it was rescued in June of 1986 and restored to full working order in private ownership. It has been used on many heritage railways around the country since then, and the Dartmouth Steam Railway bought the loco in 2008 after a major overhaul from its original owner for exclusive use on the railway. 4277 is the sister of another one of their locos, 5239 Goliath.
Yeah, just a bit more now.
here we are just pulling into Churston station, where we stopped for about 5 minutes or so. Now you may remember on the journey we took earlier on behind Goliath, we went straight through this station. Basically what happens is the northbound train going from Kingswear to Paignton stops at Churston to allow the southbound train going from Paignton to Kingswear to pass, hence why when we were riding behind Goliath earlier we went straight through the station and now we are stopping at the station. But I took this time to admire some of the gorgeous architecture of Churston station, as well as get mainly the shot of Goliath coming straight past us, and then afterwards, just as we're leaving, we get a very nice look at their British Railways 460 Standard Class 4 number 75014 Braveheart, which is currently being stored at the time of recording in the small yard at the station. here we are passing through the station of Goodrington Sands just before we arrive back into Paignton at the end of our journey. But I just want to take this time to say, Dartmouth Steam Railway, wow, you are absolutely fantastic. The two heritage railways I have visited on my trip to Devon have not disappointed. They are both fantastic. This in particular offers fantastic views, and the fact that you can do a sort of 2-in-1 package is fantastic. But that's not all they offer. On their website there are 3 main packages. The first one is simply called Steam Train, and it's basically you get the train from Paignton to Kingswear and the ferry across to Dartmouth, as well as the train back. So if you just wanted to ride on the train and explore the town of Dartmouth, that would be the perfect option for you. They also offer the Steam and Cruise, which is what we did, which, as you know, is the train ride, the ferry, and also the cruise, the circular cruise on the River Dart. And the third option they offer is the round robin, which I have heard so many reviews about, and it includes the train ride, the ferry, a cruise, not the Dartmouth River cruise though that we did. This is the Dartmouth to Totnes cruise, and also a bus trip. And the format it takes is you get the bus from Paignton to Totnes, you get the Totnes to Dartmouth cruise, the ferry across to Kingsway, and the train back to Paignton. So you only get one trip on the train, which you then substitute with the bus trip from Paignton to Totnes, and it does seem like a very nice way of exploring the whole area, so it might be something I'd try out in the future. Now, from my understanding, if you just want to do the Steam and Cruise, if you booked the package, the only cruise you can do is the circular cruise of the River Dart. If you wanted to do the Dartmouth to Totnes cruise, I presume you'd have to book the steam train and then that cruise separately. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding. When I click the find out more button on Steam and Cruise, it just offers the circular cruise. So if you wanted to do the steam train and these other cruise available, I think that is probably what you'd have to do, is book them separately. But that is the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like and feel free to subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Now we are just about to get on our GWR Class 150, taking us back to Exmouth, where we stayed for the week. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you all down the line very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye for now.